Thank you so much for your kind invitation. It's really unfortunate that I couldn't be there in person. This is my first participation to the European Lunar Symposium, but for sure that wouldn't be the last. Um, I'm here to give an update from Hamad Barrash Space Center from the United Arab Emirates, and I do have a couple of slides to introduce the center in case someone doesn't know about it. So I hope everyone can see my slide. And okay, sounds good. So the center, Mohammed Balash Space Center, was created in 2006. So we're pretty young, but we've engaged in a lot of space activities that had wide achievements. The center hosts like more than 250 employees, and we're proud to say that we do have like women contribution for over 40%. When it comes to the national space programs that we've been engaged on, we do have like several programs that we do have projects running under. The first one from the right is the Satellite Development Program. This is where we started. And then we had the Emirates Mars mission, ProProbe, the mission that went to Mars. And we do have the UAE Astronaut Program. And then we do have a really big program, which is called Mars 2117, that hosts a lot of projects under it. When it comes to the satellite development program, that was our first step. And when the center was created in the UAE, we're new to the space program, and we've depended since the first we were created on two things: international collaboration and knowledge transfer program. Like, it didn't make sense to start from zero doing things on our own. We wanted to learn from other countries, and we wanted to do it together. That was the fast track to get into space. So in 2006, we partnered with Satrik I from South Korea, and we've developed together DubaiSat-1 satellite. That was an Earth observation satellite. Emirati contribution at that time was around 30%. The satellite had around 2.5 meter resolution, and it was launched in 2009. The knowledge transfer program continued, and we've developed together the DubaiSat-2, where the contribution increased to 50% and the resolution was better, like 1 meter per pixel, and it was launched in 2013. And then after that came the project KhalifaSat, where we plan to do things on our own. We've learned through DubaiSat-1 and DubaiSat-2, and then the team developed 100% KhalifaSat satellite, and it was launched successfully in October 2018, and what a great achievement it was. We're still continuing developing Earth observation satellites. Now we do have MBZSat. It's the first satellite that we're developing. We're hoping to launch it this year, and it's huge. And the resolution would be much, much better than the satellites that we've launched previously. Hamad Barash Space Center is part of Dubai government in the UAE. So we do put a lot of effort and projects to transfer the knowledge that we gain even to the community that we do have, so we can train like Emirati cadres in space industry. And this is just one example of the projects that we do have with the higher colleges of technology, where we do work with students so they can develop CubeSats. So this is HCT-SAT that is being currently under work in collaboration with the center. We do also work with the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. We do have a payload hosting initiatives. We had our first mission, PHI demo, and the second mission is PHI 1. And this is where we're trying to provide an opportunities for nations who doesn't have access to space to send their payloads through our platform. So we develop the platform, and then we host the payloads from other participants. And in PHI 1, we had a payload from Bahrain and another one from Nepal. So that's just an overview of the satellite program that we do have. An amazing milestone that we had was the Emirates Mars mission. We took the project since 2014, and Hamad Barasha Space Center was tasked from the UAE Space Agency to manage the project and then implement it. The Emirates Mars mission was successfully launched to Mars in 2020, and it arrived in February 2021. And what you see in front of you was the first image that the EXI instrument, the Emirates Exploration Imager, took. We had a very high support from the management of this country in this mission, and we're glad to say that we've completed the science mission of Mars, and that was in I believe last year in April, where we had like a special session talking on the results, and currently the mission is in the extended phase of it. We do have as well the UAE astronaut program, where we do have a crew of astronauts that had been developed. 2 of our astronauts had their missions in the ISS. So the first one was Hessa al-Mansouri in 2019, and the second one very recently, Sultan al-Niyadi, who was there for 6 months. And both of them, they did a lot of science and outreach while they were in the ISS. We do have other 2 astronauts, Mohammed al-Mulla and Noor al-Matroushi, who recently graduated from their NASA astronaut candidate class training program, which we're very proud of. So we do have like a crew of astronauts that are ready to do space exploration, and that's another commitment from the UAE to continue exploring space through humans. All right, then talking about our Lunar program, and that comes under the Mars 2117 program. The Mars 2117 vision was announced in 2017, and the UAE had put a vision for 100 years. So in 2117, we would have a human settlement on Mars. And to reach that, there's a lot of aspects that are being worked on. So one of the projects that was kicked off under this program is the Emirates Lunar program. And the team in Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center built their first rover called Rashid Rover 1. Here's images of the team and the rover. It was sent to the moon through Heka M1 spacecraft. That was last year when it was landed. It's very unfortunate that the landing wasn't successful, but with the commitment that we do have in the UAE, a second and a third mission had been kicked off. So those were great news, and that was just the second day after the unsuccessful landing. Just to give you an overview of the first mission that has been developed, Rashid 1 mission objectives was mainly technology demonstration. So we were developing a rover for the first time in Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center. So we wanted to demonstrate the technology. And of course, we were carrying some scientific instruments. So we wanted to get science information about the geology and future and information to provide for future missions. We had a lunar night survival as secondary objectives, if we could manage it. And then, of course, public engagement and getting the community inspired for lunar exploration. This is just a summary of Rashid 1 science objectives. I wouldn't go over them all, but we're looking into geology, plasma, environment, and soil interaction, materials to study in situ resource utilizations, and then mobility as well for mission operations. One of the highlights that I want to talk about today and share it with everyone, that Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center, through all the programs, we're relying on international collaboration. This is how we run our program. Rashid Rover and the Emirates Lunar mission is just running the same thing. But Rashid Rover 1 was a platform for international collaboration. We had the science, the scientific instruments, and even the science team from different international and local partners, which you can see their logos from. And then for each other aspect, we had the cameras, for example, from KNES. We had the testing with EDGE and local universities in UAE, including KNES. And then we had the Japan for iSpace and so on. And we'll continue doing so even for Rashid 2 missions and Rashid 3. So that's the essence of how we're running our lunar program. This is just a quick GIF that had been shared before about the landing on the moon from Heka mission. So you can see here the impact site. So we are currently on the moon, but not on the way or the form that we intended. But that experience is just getting us to try another time and have another opportunity to send another rover to the moon. This slide just shows the missions that we worked and we're working on. So the first mission, Rashid 1, it was supposed to operate in Atlas Crater, and that was last year. Right now, we're working on 2 missions in parallel. We do have Rashid 2. This mission is yet to be announced, but we're planning to send it to mid-latitude location landing sites on the moon. And then we're working on Rashid 3 rover, and I do have a presentation on that later on today. And this is our mission to the South Pole. And we're planning to launch that in 2028. The last of the programs that we've joined is the Lunar Gateway. We're very pleased to have this pleasure and opportunity to team up with a great International Space Agency and to contribute in providing the Gateway Crew and Science Airlock module. We've kicked off this project this year, and we're working right now on selecting the developers and the manufacturer of the airlock, and hopefully we'll get more updates on that very soon next year. That's all what I have in terms of update, and I would be happy to answer any kind of questions in the Q&A session. Thank you.